Welcome to the NFL Sunday Football Edition. My name is Abby. This is for Sunday, November the 9th. We have a slew of games to go over with you. As you know, on the front end, the odds are courtesy of covers.com. This has the line moves, totals, and the injury report. That is covers.com. That's on the front end. Back end, oddslogic.com, as you guys know by now. It'll be in the description below. This has the latest line moves, totals, and the injury report. This is oddslogic.com. This is the latest information for up to the minute, up to the second information. Injury report, line moves, totals. It covers all professional sports leagues. Very resourceful tool to use. Again, it's a game changer. Makes a difference when you handicap all these professional sports games in all the professional leagues. Again, it's oddslogic.com. It'll be in the description below. Don't forget to check that out. Again, oddslogic.com. Okay, let's get to the games. First game is going to be Atlanta at Indianapolis. This one's an early game. It's actually a 9:30 in the morning game. This one is in Berlin. This is in Berlin, Germany. 9:30 in the morning. So this game here opened up. No client play for this game, but I will give you a recommended play for this one. This one opened up -7. Indianapolis. They're their home team in this game in Berlin. And Atlanta's the dog. Total 48.5. All right, so now it's come all the way down to 6, and we're seeing it at still at 48.5. The total hasn't really moved. We were seeing some books at 47, only one book at 47.5. But it's mainly open up at 48. It stayed at 48. It hasn't moved at all. So we'll get to the injury report for this game. We'll see who is in and out of this lineup for this game. This is for the Atlanta and Indianapolis. We'll get to the injury report right now. While we're waiting for the injury report, guys, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Don't forget for the recommended picks and plays for these games. While we wait for the injury report for this Atlanta and Indianapolis game, we'll get the injury report there. And then we'll get to the public and sharp play for this game. All right, so we're going to check the Atlanta lineup for Atlanta Falcons. So we have here Matthew Bergeron, offensive lineman, will not be playing. He has an ankle issue. KC Washington, wide receiver, has a back issue. He is 50-50, questionable to play Sunday at Indianapolis. Storm Norton, offensive lineman, also 50-50, questionable to play Sunday at Atlanta. He has an ankle issue. Zach Harrison, defensive lineman, has a knee issue. He is also questionable to play Sunday at Indianapolis. We have Billy Bowman, cornerback, has a hamstring issue. 50-50, questionable to play Sunday in Indianapolis. So a lot of guys for Atlanta are 50-50, mainly on the defensive side of the ball. These guys are 50-50. A lot of questionables in that game. I mean, a lot of questionables for the Atlanta Falcons. Now I'll get to the Indianapolis Colts. See a situation in Indianapolis. We'll check that out now. That's what the Colts are doing. Let's see. While we're waiting, guys, like I said, we'll get the hit the like and subscribe for the recommended picks and plays for these games. So the Colts, we have DeFrost Buckner, defensive tackle, is on the injured reserve. Taquan Lewis, defensive end, has a growing injury. He is 50-50, questionable. Sam Abukum, defensive end, has a knee issue, also questionable 50-50. So those are the only guys that are in question for this game. Now we're going to go from the injury report. We'll go to now where the public and sharps are for this game for Atlanta, Indianapolis. So, from what we're seeing here, it looks like a bit of resistance on the Indianapolis-Atlanta game. Bit of resistance. So it's kind of 50-50. A majority of the money is on Atlanta. However, Indianapolis is getting some late money coming in for this game. And I believe they started getting the late money when the line dropped from 6.5 to 6. That's when we got some Indianapolis money. So that's what it is right now. It's a bit of a split. With the side, the total, again, the total split 50-50. Again, we're seeing unders come in right now. A lot of unders coming in. So it's kind of split there. So my play for this game, I'm going to look at, I'm going to take the first half under. The first half under is this game is 24.5. I'm going to look at the first half under in this one. I just feel in this game, in the early part of this game, it's going to be a feel-out process where the scoring is not really going to be that high. It'll be a little bit of a feel-out process, in my opinion. So, for that reason, I like the first half under at 24.5. So, like I said, it's going to be a feel-out process at the beginning. It's the game's in Berlin, Germany. So got to get used to the field, get used to the conditions. So that's why I say the game starts off slow. Not some scoring, but not too much scoring at the beginning. That's the way I look at it. That's why I like the under 24.5 in the first half. That's the recommended play I would give. I have nothing on the side. I would lean Atlanta. It's just a lean. I'm not too strong and confident about that, but I would lean that way. That's all I have for this game. I have nothing else. I'm going to look now at the props. We're going to look at the props, see which ones stand out like a sore thumb for this game. So for the prop play for Atlanta and Indianapolis, you're going to look at the, let's see here. We're going to look at Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones over 20.5 completions. I like that one a lot. They're playing an Atlanta defense that's kind of so they're kind of average. So I think he should find some holes in the Atlanta defense to make some completed passes, Daniel Jones. So I like the over 20.5. I like that one a lot. That one stands out to me. Receiving yards. We'll look at receptions first. Receptions, we're going to look at Drake London for Atlanta. I like him here at over 5.5 receptions. I look for Penix to get the ball to him early and often. Again, I'd also look at Bijan Robinson over 4.5 receptions. That's another good one too. So Atlanta's got some good ones here. Kyle Pitts over 4.5 receptions. That's another good one. On the Colts side, I look at the Colts more for the yards. Indy more for their yards. So I would look at, for example, Michael Pittman Jr. over 56.5 receptions. I'm sorry, over 56.5 receiving yards. I like Pittman Jr. here. That's a good one. So I like Pittman Jr. for 56.5 receiving yards. I like Alec Pierce over 52.5 receiving yards. I like that as well. I like those two. For Atlanta, I like Drake London over 70.5 receptions. I look for him to have a bit of a big game. I like him there. I like Kyle Pitts over 45.5. Actually, I said receptions for Drake London, excuse me. Over 70.5 receiving yards. Drake London. I like that there. I like Kyle Pitts over 45.5 receiving yards. I like those two there. I think they'll have a bit of an impact on this game. So I like those two. Those ones stand out for me in terms of the receiving yards. Rushing props, rushing attempts. I do like Jonathan Taylor. Look for the Colts to give Jonathan Taylor the ball early and often. Over 18.5 rushing attempts. I like him in the spot here. And rushing yards, I like Daniel Jones over 12.5 rushing yards. That's a good one. I look for him to scramble early and often to get his. Bijan Robinson's another good one, over 6.5, 65.5 rushing yards. So 12.5 rushing yards, Daniel Jones, 65.5 rushing yards, Bijan Robinson, both over. I would play over on both. Over 12.5 Daniel Jones, over 65.5 Bijan Robinson. I like both of those. I wouldn't talk you off of Jonathan Taylor, over 91.5 rushing yards. That's probably going to be a popular play. But for me personally, I personally, I like Jonathan Taylor over 18.5 rushing attempts. I like that one a lot. That one, I feel comfortable more at that one. Like I said, I wouldn't talk you off with Jonathan Taylor over 91.5 rushing yards. But me personally, I'm taking the rushing attempts. 18.5 rushing attempts. Over 18.5 rushing attempts for Jonathan Taylor. I personally like that one for me. So I would recommend that play. So those are the recommended plays for the player props, and we gave you recommended play for the game itself. So we're gonna move on from that game, and we're gonna go to Buffalo and Miami, game number 2. Buffalo and Miami. We'll check that out now, and we have here. We're gonna look at. We're gonna take a look at where the line opened up and where it's closed. So the opening number here, it did open up here, Buffalo, Miami, at 8.5. Bills 8.5 point favorites, total 49.5. It's now gone up to 10. 10 at one book. It's only 10 at Pinnacle. Other books are still 8.5. Some have even gone to 9. We are assuming that some of those books will get to 10. That's what we're assuming. But right now it's 8.5. 10. Now we're starting to see 10s starting to pop up now. I saw more than one book have 10s. So not only Pinnacle, but other books are starting to creep. The 10s are starting to creep up right now. And we are seeing at 49.5 the total. And we see books getting to 50. So it's going up to 50. So it's gone up to 50. Some of the books, but most books are still holding at 49. We expect that to change to get to 50 by tomorrow morning, or later on today. It'll get to 50 before 1 p.m. It'll get up there. So this is what we're looking at right now. So we are going to take a look at the injury report for this one. For Buffalo and Miami. We'll check that now. So Buffalo here, we do have Shaq Thompson, linebacker, is out for the game at Miami. They didn't say why, it's undisclosed, but he is out for this game. AJ Epineza, defensive end, out Sunday as well. Undisclosed reason why, didn't say why. Michael Hochek, linebacker, has an Achilles. He's out for the season. Joshua Palmer, wide receiver for Buffalo, is questionable, 50-50 with an ankle issue. That's it on the Buffalo side. So we will check now the Miami side for the Dolphins. We'll check that now. So on the Miami side, we have here Ollie Gordon, running back, has an ankle issue. He is questionable, 50-50. Chop Robinson, linebacker, has a concussion. He is questionable to play as well as for today's game. He's 50-50. So those are the notable injuries. And now we will check where the public and sharps are for this game, Buffalo, Miami. We'll check that right now. So let's check that now. So Buffalo, Miami, the public's all over Buffalo, no surprise. And they are on the bit of resistance here, though, on the total. 50-50, so a little bit of a split between the over-under. But public all over Buffalo gets pure Buffalo money here. Pure Bills money. So they're all over Buffalo here. That's the sentiment. So for me in this game, Buffalo, Miami, look at me, take a look at this. I'm going to take, for me in this game, I'm going to look at I'm going to take Miami in this game. I like Miami and the 9.5. I even take Miami at 10. Now the reason why I would take Miami here, this is a game that Buffalo can overlook. The Bills are playing well. They're on a high. They're playing pretty well right now. Again, this is a game that they can overlook. They have won 2 straight, Buffalo. They just came off a monster win against Kansas City at home, beat Carolina. And the reason why I like Miami in this spot, because next week they have Tampa Bay at home. So the Buffalo has Tampa Bay at home. So that's a bigger matchup. Tampa Bay is more of an important matchup than the Miami game, in my opinion. So I can see Buffalo overlooking this game very easily. So I would take the Dolphins here, plus 10. If you can shop around for the best number, but take Miami plus 10, I think Buffalo is looking at this is a look ahead spot for the Bills. They look ahead because they have Tampa Bay at home next week. So this is a sandwich spot for the Bills. They're off of 2 wins. They beat Kansas City at home. Big win for them. So I mean, you come off a big win against the Chiefs at home to playing Miami, a team that's basically 2-7. So I mean, I don't see the Bills being motivated for this game. There's no motivation for this game, in my opinion. So I like the Dolphins here in this spot, plus 10. I think Miami's going to put up a fight. That's just my thought. I like the Dolphins here. Like I said, look ahead spot with Tampa Bay coming to town next week. I got to take the Dolphins in the points. That's my reasoning for that. I don't have a play on the total. I'm staying away from the total, but I will have some player props for you for this game. I do have a player prop for you on this game here. Let's look at the player props now. We'll take a look at that now. Player props. So we're going to look at let's look at the receiving. We like here, we're looking at the receptions. We like Khalil Shakur over 4.5 receptions. He's like a Wes Welker type of receiver. He's one of those slot receivers that's reliable. So I think I like him over 4.5 receptions. Khalil Shakur. I like him there. Dolphins side, I like Devon Achane over 4.5 receptions. I like that one as well. I like those two stand up for me. Now the receiving yards, I do like Dalton Kincaid. I like Dalton Kincaid here. Dalton Kincaid over over 44.5 receiving yards. I like him here in this spot. You can get a lot of yards in a hurry. So I like him there. That stands out like a sore thumb to me. On the Dolphins side, I got to go with Jaden Waddle. I like Jaden Waddle over 66.5 receiving yards. I like him here. I like him I like him in this spot here. I also would take Malik Washington over 28.5 receiving yards. I like that as well. I like those two. Those two stand out to me. That's all it really stands out. Nothing else stands out to me. That's those ones that stand out to me for this game. Now the rushing props. I like rushing attempts, we'll say. Look at the rushing attempts. We like Devon Achane. Devon Achane over 13.5 rush attempts. Like I said, if the Dolphins are going to have a chance to win the game or put themselves in a position to win, they have to run the ball and win the time of possession. Run the ball, win the time of possession, keep Buffalo off the field. So look for Devon Achane over 13.5 rush attempts. I like that one a lot. That one stands out to me. And Devon Achane over 65.5 rushing yards. I like that one. Devon Achane over 65.5 rushing yards. I like that. Again, for the Bills, Josh Allen's a good one. 29.5 rushing yards. That's another good one too. You can look at. That's all I have here. I mean, I wouldn't talk you off of James Cook. It's a very popular prop, 84.5 rushing yards. But sometimes I don't like taking the obvious props that are very popular for rushing yards and stuff like that, especially if it's very popular. I like to take some low-key, not too popular props. I like to take chances on those more than the popular ones. Because the thing is, those popular props with running backs, wide receivers, at some point the lines tend to become inflated. Their lines get inflated. So me personally, I stay away from those kind of things. I don't really want to touch it. But I wouldn't, like I said, I personally wouldn't talk you off of playing James Cook. If you want to play it over 84.5 rushing yards, you can play it. But I'm personally not going to play that. I'll leave that alone. I like Devon Achane, 65.5 rushing yards. Josh Allen, 29.5 rushing yards. I like those two. And the rush attempts, I said Devon Achane, 13.5, over 13.5 rush attempts. I like that one as well. So those are the ones that stand out for me for this game, for Buffalo and Miami. If you might play, I might even make this a client play. This might be a client play. Buffalo, this might be a client play here. Might even do that. So if it's a client play, you got that play first. So just be on the lookout for that. Next game we're looking at here, New England at Tampa Bay. So this one here opened up. You get the opening number now. It opened up at 2.5. Actually, sorry, 1.5. Open up 1.5. Total 47.5. It's now up to 48. Total's up 48. Some books have 48.5, but the majority's at 48 now. And Tampa Bay's at 2.5. We're at the spread's at 2.5 Tampa Bay right now. So now we're going to check the injury report for this game. And we're going to check the New England side first for the Patriots. We have Keyshawn Boutte, wide receiver, has a hamstring issue. He is questionable to play today, 50-50. We do have Christian Gonzalez. He's a cornerback. He has a concussion. He's also 50-50, questionable to play today. Christian Ellis, linebacker, has an ankle issue. Questionable as well to play today, 50-50. We have Ramondre Stevenson, running back. He has a toe issue. So he's 50-50 to play today as well. Questionable to play today as well. So now on the Tampa Bay side, we have for the Buccaneers, we have Bucky Irving, ankle. He is out for this game versus New England, the running back. Mike Evans out indefinitely with a collarbone issue. And as you know, Chris Godwin out with a fibula. He's out indefinitely as well. So we'll see where the public and sharps are for this game. I'll give you a recommended play for this game as well. That's New England and Tampa. So this one here. Public, it's now we're seeing a bit of resistance on the side. It was all New England money, then all of a sudden Tampa money is coming in late. So it's still at 2.5. It's still 2.5. Hasn't gone to 3. However, on the public side, it's predominantly over. The public's all over the over in this game. So they like the over a lot. And I agree with them. I like the over. My recommended play would be the over. I like over in this game. Over 48. I like the over in this game as well. I agree with the public. I do like the over. I can definitely see a shootout in this game between Tampa Bay and New England. I like the over. Let's see what else I like here. Let's take a look here. Let me see something. Yeah, I would take the over. I like the over. I would take the over 48. Like I said, shop around for the best number, but definitely look at the over. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look at something for a moment. So both teams are New England 5-4 to the over, Tampa Bay 4-4 to the over. So New England's has played to the over in 3 straight games. Tampa Bay is 4-4 they're even at 4-4 to the over under. But I like the over in this game. I gotta bet the over. Definitely gonna be on the over. Public's on the over. I'm on it. Makes a lot of sense to me. I'll definitely jump on that over. No doubt about it. It gets at 48. Now we are going to get to the player props in this game. We'll look at the player props. We're going to get to that now. We'll get to the player props now in this game. So, and I don't have anything on. Let me see this side. I would take a look at New England. New England's a good play on the side. I like New England here. New England's been playing well. New England's been playing some surprisingly good football. So I'd take New England plus the 2.5. I would take New England. New England plus 2.5. I would take the Patriots. New England's playing some very good football right now. So I would take the over and New England plus 2.5. So you got 2 plays out of me right there. So I like the Patriots there. Just based on the number, I like the Patriots. And we're going to look, I might even make this as a client play. I'm not too sure yet. But if I do, you got to hear first. So we're going to look at the player props in this game. So right now we got the player props. We got Baker Mayfield over 21.5 completions. That's not a bad one. And Drake May over 21.5 completions. I like both of those. I would lean more towards Drake May. I like Drake May over 21.5 completions. Pass completions. I like that one. I like that one more. So I would lean towards that more. Receiving yards. We look at the receptions. Total receptions. We're going to look at Stephon Diggs. Why not? Over 4.5 receptions. Like that one. He's been playing well. Him and Drake may have a good connection. So I like Stephon Diggs, 4.5 receptions. I do like on the Tampa Bay side, I would say I look at Tez Johnson over 3.5 receptions. I like that one there. That's another good one. That's all I see so far. That's standing out. That's all I see so far. That's all I'm seeing. Let's look at them. Let's look at the receiving yards. Receiving. We're going to take a look at the receiving yards for this game. Then we'll get to the running backs. Receiving yards. We're going to look at now. It's receiving props. We are looking at. I like Stephon Diggs over 55.5 receiving yards. I like that one a lot. For Tampa Bay, I like Tez Johnson over 44.5 receiving yards. That's another good one. And I look at Demario Douglas over 35.5 receiving yards. That's another good one. So you got some good ones here. I give you Tez Johnson. We give you K. Otton's a good one, 41.5 receiving yards. He's very, very reliable. That's another good one. Those ones stand out to me. Now for the rushing yards, I would look at I like Travion Henderson over 43.5 rushing yards. I like Travion Henderson there. Drake May's a good one. Drake May over 30.5 rushing yards. I like that one too. That's another good one. So those two I like a lot. On the Tampa Bay side, obviously, you got to like Rachaad White over 13.5 rush attempts. That's another good one. Again, Travion Henderson over 12.5 rush attempts is good too. So you got some. There's some. Those are the notables that stand out to me that I would personally take if I had the choice. So I go with those. Next game we're going to look at here. So we're finished with the New England Tampa Bay game. We gave you 2 plays. We gave you a total, and we gave you a side for that game. So like those ones. Next one we're going to look at. I have a climb play on this game. This one I have a climb play on. And that's Cleveland and the Jets. There's a climb play for this game. I won't give that out, but I have a climb play on this one. Cleveland and the Jets. There is a climb play. So we're going to take a deep dive into this game now. We'll see where this line opened up. That's Cleveland and the New York Jets. This one here. Just bear with me for a moment. This one here has opened up at 1.5. Open up 1.5 Jets. Total 37.5. It's now gone up to 2. It's at -2. Now we saw -2, and I did see a 2.5. Some books do have a 2.5. Other books still have it at 1.5. Shop around for the best number, but I have a client play for this game. And the total is at 38, from 37 to 38. So that's where we stand on that now. We're going to check the injury report for this game. Check this out now. Cleveland. Carson Schlesinger, linebacker, ankle, is questionable to play Sunday at the Jets. Cedric Tillman, wide receiver, has a hamstring issue. He is questionable to play at the Jets as well. He's 50-50. All those guys are 50-50. Isaiah Bond is out for Sunday's game, wide receiver for Cleveland with a foot injury. We have Quinshawn Judkins, running back, shoulder, is 50-50. He's questionable as well for Sunday's game. So that's on the Cleveland side, not for the Jets. On the New York Jets side, the Jets, we do have Justin Fields. He is going to be the starter for Sunday's game at Cleveland. So Justin Fields will be playing in this game. Garrett Wilson, who had a hip injury, is upgraded to available to play Sunday versus the Jets. So we'll see. So you see why the Jets are getting a bit of money in this game. You can see why. Tyrod Taylor is out with a knee injury. Kenny Nalagulu, running back, has a concussion. He's 50-50 to play. Sauce Gardner, cornerback, has a concussion. He's 50-50 to play as well. So we're going to check where the public and sharps are for this game. We'll check that now. Jets in Cleveland. Let's see. So the public is all over Cleveland in this game. They like the Browns. They like the Browns in this game. And they like the Browns. They like the under. Cleveland and the under. That's interesting. So they like the Browns and they like the under. So for me, and if I had to give you a recommended play for this game, we would recommend let's see. I would take the under in the first half. Under 19.5. The first half total is 19.5. I would take a look at the under in this game. I like the under 19.5. I see this at the beginning. This will be like a defensive battle in this game. Both defenses are going to show out in this game. So especially in the early stages. So early on, I look for the defenses to put on a show and limit the scoring. So in the early stages for me, that's why I like the under 19.5 in the first half. That's the recommended play for this game. Under 19.5. Now, nothing on the side at all. I'll leave that alone, but 19.5 is the first half. That's actually my client play. This is actually the client play that I have. So I'll give you another client play. Cleveland and the Jets under 19.5 in the first half. This is my client play here. So you got to hear for free first. So take that in the first half. Shop around for the best number, but take the under in the first half, 19.5. If you can get a better number, take the better number, but bet the under in the first half. That's my play for this game. Now we're going to look at the player props for this game. Take a look at the player props. Got some player props here. We're going to look at the receiving yards. We'll look at the receptions. I like Garrett Wilson over 4.5 receptions. I know he's back in the lineup now. I look for him to have a big game and to play well. So 4.5, Garrett Wilson. I don't think he misses a step or misses a beat. He will get over. I like him over 4.5 there. I like David Njoku over 3.5 receptions for the Cleveland Browns. It's another good one. Very reliable receiver. Those are the ones that stand out to me for the receiving yards. I mean, for receptions, excuse me. Now, for the receiving yards, I do like David Njoku over 30.5 receiving yards. I like that one. I do like as well Jerry Jeudy over 37.5 receiving yards. That's another good one, too. Those are the ones that stand out to me so far. Those are the main ones that stand out. I wouldn't talk anybody off of Garrett Wilson, 55.5 receiving yards, over 55.5. I wouldn't talk you off of that. But my personal recommended plays for me, Mason Taylor over 26.5 receiving yards, Jerry Jeudy over 37.5 receiving yards, and we like David Njoku over 30.5 receiving yards. We like those ones. Rushing props. We like Brees Hall. Brees Hall over 62.5. Actually, no, sorry about that. Not Brees Hall. Sorry. I'll say Justin Fields. Justin Fields over 37.5 rushing yards. I like that one a lot. I would go with that one. Justin Fields over 37.5 rushing yards. I look for him in this game to use his feet, keep the defense honest, and keep them guessing. I like Justin Fields here in this spot. That one stands out to me out of all the rushing props. And I wouldn't talk it off of Justin Fields over 7.5 rush attempts. I wouldn't talk you off of that either. But I prefer Justin Fields rushing yards over 37.5 rushing yards. I like that one. That stands out to me. And those are the ones that stand out for me. That's how it stands out. I like those ones. So we're going to go on to the next game here. Let's get to that. Just give me a moment, guys. We get to the next game. Again, while we wait to get to the next game, hit the like and subscribe button for more recommended picks and plays for the NFL. So the next game we're going to look at here, we're going to take a look at Baltimore at Minnesota. Baltimore, Minnesota. Take a look at that now. And we'll take a look at where the line opened up and where it closed. So Baltimore, Minnesota. Open up at 3.5. Baltimore 3.5. Total 46.5. It's now gone to 4, -4. Some books have 4.5, but we're seeing 4. Baltimore. And it's gone up to 40. We're seeing 49s now. Starting to see 49s come across the board. Some 48s, but mainly 49s right now. So, like I said, opened up 46.5. Now it's at 49. And now we're seeing -4 Baltimore. So we are going to take a look at the injury report for this game. In and out of the lineup for Baltimore, we have Justin Matabiki, defensive lineman, out for the season. That's the only injury report for Baltimore. That's it for Baltimore. They're pretty much one of the healthiest teams in the league, Baltimore. So everybody's pretty much healthy. On the Minnesota side, Aaron Jones, available to play Sunday versus Baltimore. He had a shoulder issue, but he is going to be playing running back. Cornerback Jeffrey Okudah has a concussion. He is out Sunday versus Baltimore. Also Josh Oliver, tight end, has a leg injury, and he's out for this game versus Baltimore. CJ Ham, running back, has a hand issue. He is 50-50 to play. He's questionable as well. So that's it for this game. So now we're going to tell you where the public and sharps are for this game, Baltimore, Minnesota. So this one here, we'll take a look now. Public is Oliver Baltimore in this game, like the Ravens. And they like the over. Baltimore in the over. So for me in this game, I'll give you the recommended play for me, what I like. I like the over. Baltimore's defense is pretty bad. It's horrible. I mean, I think they've gone over a whole bunch. They've gone over a whole bunch of overs in this. Their defense is so bad. Baltimore's defense is really bad. They're kind of like the Dallas Cowboys of the NFC. They're 6-2 to the over. Minnesota 7-1 to the over. So both teams' defense is not that great. Baltimore's been flip-flopping over-unders, while Minnesota 7-1. They've gone over. Oh wow, this team's gone over to the over in 6 straight games. This is definitely a perfect over right here. I would bet the over in this game. This is actually going to be a climb play. I think I gave you guys two climb plays or 3 climb plays already, but this is a climb play for me. I like the over in this game. Minnesota's gone over 6 straight overs. They've gone over 6 straight times to the over, 7-1 to the over. Baltimore 6-2 to the over. If I'm not mistaken, we saw 6-2. Yeah, so I'll take the. I like the over in this game. So I agree. I agree with the public. I'm on the over. Now, in terms of the player props, we're gonna take a look at that now. Nothing on the side. I like the over. Player props. We'll take a look now here. Um, Okay, so receiving total receptions. Total receptions. We're gonna go with Zay Flowers over 5.5 receptions. That's a good one. I like Zay Flowers there for Baltimore. I mean Zay Flowers for Baltimore. Excuse me. Yep. That's the one that stands out to me the most for the receptions. Nothing else stands out to me. Yeah, that's it. For the yards, we like Zay Flowers over 70 and a half receiving yards. I like Zay Flowers there. We like Justin Jefferson over 71 and a half receiving yards. I like Justin Jefferson. That's another good one too. Those ones stand out to me. I like for Minnesota, I would say Jordan Addison over 49 and a half receiving yards. I like that one a lot. On the Baltimore side, I like Mark Andrews, 32 and a half receiving yards. He's a very reliable tight end. Like that makes good plays. I like that one. Those ones stand out to me the most. Now for the rushing yards. First, we'll look at the rushing attempts, see if anything worthy there. Nothing worthy there. We'll look at the rushing yards. I like Aaron Jones. I like him over 40 and a half rushing yards. I like that one a lot. Would take Derrick Henry over 80 and a half rushing yards. I think Baltimore is starting to give him the ball. He got over 100 yards, 100 plus yards in the last game. So I would take Derrick Henry here again to get over 80 and a half rushing yards. I like that a lot. I think he follows up from what he did last week, and he continues to make his mark, going over 80 and a half rushing yards. I like Derrick Henry here. Give me that. Give me Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, Aaron Jones, you mentioned. Those are the two that stand out to me in terms of the rush. In terms of rushes. I like those rushing yards. I like those ones. All right, so we give you a pick for this game here. That's done already. Baltimore, Minnesota. I didn't push the screen. I thought I had the screen up. Let me. I gotta do this again. Hold on. Sorry, guys. This should have been a bit. I should have put this up. It was there. I don't know what happened. So it was there, but I'm not sure what happened there. Bear with me for a moment, guys. Sorry, bear with me for one moment. Trying to straighten this out. We do apologize. Bear with me for a moment. While we're waiting, guys, hit the like and subscribe button for more of the recommended picks and plays. While we're waiting. Bear with me for one moment, guys. Sorry about that. With me for a moment, please. We're pretty much finished with the Baltimore game. We're going to get to the Giants and the Chicago game in a moment. Just give me one moment. We're almost getting there. Okay, so we're back now. So we're done with the Baltimore game. We're going to get to the Giants and Chicago. So Giants in Chicago. This one here, we'll get to the opening number, and then we'll do the rundown. Giants in Chicago. So this one here opened up Giants in Chicago. This opened up here. Opening number was -3 Chicago, total 45.5. It's now 4.5 now. And now we are seeing it at 46.5 right across the board. So now we're going to check where the injury report is for this game. And then we'll get to the to where the public and sharps are for this game as well. So injury report first, and then we're going to check where the public and sharps are for this game. Again, this is the Giants in Chicago. That's the Bears in Chicago and the Giants. All right, so we'll take a look at that now. We'll do the Chicago side first for the Bears. Let's give it one moment, guys. Give it a moment. Give it a moment, guys. Again, hit the like and subscribe button while we pull up the injury report. Trying to get the injury report for this game. Just give us a moment. Let's give it a moment, guys. Again, we do apologize for the delay. Just having a bit of technical issues. Just give it a moment. Give it one moment. Let me put this up. Just give it a moment, guys. Give it one moment. Sorry. This has some technical issues with this thing. Give it one moment, guys. One moment. I do apologize. Give me a moment. Sorry about that. Just a bit of a delay. I'm not sure why this is going on. Just bear with me for a moment. All right, so what we're gonna do here, we're gonna get to the injury report here. We'll have to use I think the odds logic system might be down. So we're gonna have to use the injury report for the Giants and the Bears. We'll have to use it from covers.com. So we'll give it to you from here. It looks like the system's down. So let's get to the injury report here for this game. There's a lot of injuries here. Let's see. Take a look at that now. So for the Giants, we have D. Flanagan Fowles. He looks like he's 50-50. Actually, he has a pictorial. So he might be up for this game. He's 50-50. So he's questionable for this game. A. Thomas, offensive tackle, injured. He's resting. So he's 50-50. G. Sano. Looks like he's the kicker. He's out with a neck injury. N. Hewitt, linebacker, injured. He's injured with a foot injury. R. Nunez Roches Sr., defensive lineman, injured with an elbow. C. Golston, defensive lineman, out with a neck injury. Let's see. Demajeku, linebacker. V. Demajeku, linebacker, doubtful with the shoulder. G. Schmitz, out with a shin. P. Adebo, cornerback, out. J. Holland, safety, is 50-50 to play with a knee injury. So there's a lot of injuries here. On the Chicago side, we have D. Smythe, tight end, questionable with a calf injury. Jay Walker, out with a concussion, wide receiver. Jay Thurney, offensive guard, injured. He's out. G. Garrett, defensive lineman, injured, out, resting. K. Bird III, cornerback, injured. Look at his DJ Moore for the Bears. He is injured. He has a hip injury. Looks like he's 50-50 or he might be out. DeAndre Swift, wide receiver, injured with a hip. He is questionable. Not questionable. He's 50-50. He might be out. But he is injured. But he may or may not play. We'll see. Excuse me. DeAndre Swift, is questionable for this game. He's 50-50 with a groin injury. Apologize for that. Jay Blackwell, cornerback, is out with a concussion. D. Robinson, defensive lineman, is out with an ankle. Linebacker T. Edwards is out with a hand injury. So that's the injury report for that game. Those are the notables that are out for this game. So you can't tell you where the public and sharps are for this game because I think odds logic is down. So we can't get to that part. Let me see if it's back up. This went down. I don't know what happened here. Let me see something. That's crazy. Let me add that one out. Let me see if we can get this back. See if you can get this back. Yeah, something. Let me see something. Trying to get the odds logic screen back so we can get the where the public and sharps are for this game. Let's see if we can get it back. It's strange. Let's see if you can get this. Let me see something. I don't know why we can't get that. It's very strange. Not sure why we can't get it. It must be down. Something must be happening. Something just went down. I don't know what happened. Very strange. Anyhow, we'll have to continue. I can't get the we can't get the where the public insurance are for the Bears game, but we'll have to do. I'll give you my recommended play for this game, and then we're gonna get to the player props. We're gonna have to. We'll get to the player props, and I'll give you my recommended play for this game. I personally like in this game. For me, if I was to play this one, for me in this game, I would have to look at. Let me see here for you guys. I would take. Let me see what I can get for you guys here for a recommended play. I would take the Giants in the first half. The Giants plus the 3. I would take plus 3. I think some books have plus 3, but shop around. Some books I know FanDuel here. I have FanDuel, and they have it at 2.5. They got this at 2.5. They have 3.5 in the first half. So I'm assuming if it's 3.5 at FanDuel, some books are gonna have 3. I would still take the Giants in the first half plus 3. I take the Giants. I like him in the first half here. Yeah, I would recommend the Giants in the first half. Yeah, I would take the Giants. I know they haven't looked good in the last 2 games. They've been playing pretty bad. The last 2 games they haven't looked good. But I expect the Giants. The last 2 games they look pretty awful. But I believe the Giants will come out here and put forth a better effort. I like him here. I like him in this spot. So yeah, I would definitely take him here. Plus, another thing too is the Bears defense is not that great. The Chicago Bear defense is not that good. They're giving up a lot of points. They gave up 42 points in Cincinnati. They gave up 30 points to Baltimore. So the last 2 games, the Chicago defense hasn't been that great. So I would I like the Giants in the first half here, at least to stay within the number and to get some points on the board. Because they're playing to me, the Giants are playing a soft defense in the Bears. Bears have a soft defense. So I like the Giants to at least keep it close, get some points, and stay within the number, at least a 3.5, and make it a bit of a game. I'll take the Giants. I'm just checking something here. I'm checking something here. I just want to see something in what the first half has for some books. I'm just checking something. Give me a moment, guys. I'm just checking something here. I'm just checking something. Seeing what some books have. I think the majority should have 3 in the first half, but let me see something here. Let's see what we have. Yeah, I was right. I was correct. It is 3. The majority of the books have 3 in the first half. Yeah, I was right. They have 3. So yeah, I would take the Giants in the first half. I like the Giants in the first half because I was correct. The majority of the books have 3. FanDuel has 3.5. So you want to shop around for the best number. I'm getting 3.5. So either way, take the Giants in the first half at least to stay close and keep it competitive. I feel that they can get some points. The Bears defense, like I said, they gave up 47 points last week to Cincinnati in the shootout. Gave up 30 to Baltimore the week before. Chicago defense is not that good, and the Giants should be able to get some points to stay at least within 3 points in the first half. So I like the Giants here. to take advantage of and keep it close early and often. So go with the Giants first half. That's the recommended play. Now for the player props, we're going to look at passing yards. I would look at, let me see, pass completions. Caleb Williams over 18.5 pass completions is a good one. I like that one. That one's good. Receiving yards. We're going to let's look at total receptions. I do like here. Can't figure. Don't know who for receptions for the Giants. For the Bears, I would look at Rome Odunze over 3.5 receptions. That one stands out to me there. That's not a bad one. I would look at more so for the receiving yards. Receiving yards, I like Darius Slayton over 38.5 receiving yards. That's a good one. He's reliable. Wan'Dale Robinson over 51.5 receiving yards. That's also a good one too. On the Bears side, I would take DJ Moore over 41.5 receiving yards. Rome Odunze over 52.5 receiving yards. Those ones stand out to me. I like those ones. Now, rushing yards, rush attempts, or rushing yards, I would say Devin Singletary over 33.5 rushing yards. I like that one there. Jackson Dart's a good one, 36.5 rushing yards. That's another good one too. I would take those two. Look for those guys to use their legs early and often to keep the Bears defense honest, because the defense is not that great, like I said. So I like them to rush defense is bad, pass defense is bad. I like him there in this spot. I would take those. And I wouldn't talk you off of Tyrone Tracy over 44.5 rushing props. That's another good one too. Or rushing yards. 44.5 rushing yards. Tyrone Tracy Jr. I'd take that one over 44.5 rushing yards. That's for the Giants. And those are the ones that stand up for me for this game. So I've already give you a play for that. That stands up for me for that game. So now we're going to get to the next game here. And that is, let's get to this one here. It'll be Jacksonville and Houston. Next one is Jacksonville and Houston. Let's see if this odds logic screen's back up. We'll check now for this one. See if it's up. Wasn't up the last time. But let's see. Let's see if it's up. Let's see if it's up the odds logic screen. It wasn't up the last time. I hope it's still not down. I'm up. I think, let me see something. Hold on a second. Maybe, I think it's coming back now. It's coming back. It's coming back. Somehow it came back. Okay, so it's the odds logic screen's back now, folks. So it's okay. The Giants game. Let's get to the Giants game. We're gonna see where the public and Trump are for the Giants. I know you guys are curious about that. We'll get to that right now. It was down for a minute at the odds logic screen, but it's back up. Thank God it's back up. So with the public and sharps for this game, we're going to take a look at that now. Public all over Chicago. They like the Bears in this game. Bears all day, every day. And they like the under. Public all over the under in the Bears. Bears in the under in this one. So they're all over that. Bears in the under. I don't think I didn't give you guys a total. I had no play on the total. I gave you the first half. I said Giants in the first half +3. Shop around total. Yeah, I'm gonna stay off the total. I'm not touching that. I'm not gonna touch that at all. I'll leave that alone. Next game we're gonna look at here, like I said, Jacksonville and Houston. This one here opened up at Jacksonville, Houston opened up at 2.5. Houston, total 41.5. Now the line has flipped to Jacksonville. It's 2.5 Houston. Now it's flipped to Jacksonville, 1.5, and now it's down to 1. So now it's gone to Jacksonville, and now some books have Houston -1 now. So it's back to Houston. This thing's back and forth. So it's down to 40 from 41.5 to 37. I have no play on this game at all, but I'll give you a recommended play, but no client play here at all whatsoever. But we'll check the injury report first. Let's check that now. We'll go on the Houston side for the Texans. C.J. Stroud is out with a head injury. So he's not playing in this game. Kayami Fairbairn, kicker, has an ankle issue. He's 50-50 to play Sunday. Daryl Taylor, defensive end, ankle injury, questionable, 50-50 to play as well. Christian Harris, shin, linebacker, questionable to play 50-50 in this game. Titus Howard has a concussion. He's a guard, questionable to play in this game as well. Elijah Huzzy, cornerback, knee, questionable to play Sunday in this game as well. And Trent Brown, offensive lineman, undisclosed, questionable to play as well in this game. So he's 50-50. That's on the Houston side. Now for the Jacksonville side, for the Jaguars. Brian Thomas Jr., wide receiver, has an ankle injury. He is out for this game. He's not playing. Diami Brown, wide receiver, has a concussion and questionable to play Sunday at Houston. Hunter Long, tight end, knee injury. He is 50-50 to play Sunday at Houston. Well, I should say he has knee issues, but he still has a chance to play. His status is up in the air, 50-50. Devin Lloyd, linebacker, calf, questionable to play Sunday at Houston. So that's the injury report there for both teams. We are now going to look at where the public and sharps are for this game. That's Jacksonville, Houston. And this one here, we have Jacksonville money. Jacksonville and the under. They like the under in Jacksonville. So the play I would recommend for you guys here, this game is one of my least favorite games, by the way. This game's one of my least favorite games. I have nothing much here to say. I would look at, let's see. I would take the under. I'll give you two plays. We'll give you the under in the first half, under 19.5 in the first half, under 37.5, 37. So I'll give you two unders. First half, under 19.5, full game, under 37.5. To me, we're going to see a boring game, a boring defensive game. We're not going to see much offense between these two teams. And the public's all over the under, and I agree with the public. Like I said, it's one of my least favorite games to look at. The only thing for me is this an under. Two boring offenses, and the defense is just slugging it out to make stops. That's the way I look at this game. I have nothing else to say about it. That's it. Under first half, 19.5. Under full game, 37 or 37.5. Shop around for the best number. That's it. Nothing else for this game. We'll move on to the next game. We're going to move on to New Orleans and Carolina. I have a client play for this game. I'm not going to give out the client play, but I have a client play for this one. But I will give you a recommended play for this game as well. And I'm not going to bother with the Jaguars Houston props. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, this is one of my least favorite games. So I'm not going to bother with the props. I'll leave that alone. I'm just going to skip that and move on. Saints in Carolina. We'll get to that. We'll do that now. Let's see. So we'll get to where the public and sharps are for this game. And let's see. So that's New Orleans and Carolina. New Orleans and Carolina. This one opened up here at 3.5. 3.5 Carolina, total 39.5. Now it's at 5.5. And now we're at 38.5, 38. I'm seeing mainly 38s on the board. However, there are some 38.5 that are popping up slowly, but the majority and the consensus is 38. That's the current total now, 5.5. We are going to get to the injury report right now for this game. We'll look at the Carolina side. We got Tetiroa McMillan, wide receiver, has a hamstring issue. He is 50-50 to play in this game. Princely Human Milan, linebacker, ankle, questionable to play Sunday versus New Orleans. Cade Mays, center, has an ankle issue, questionable to play Sunday as well in this game. Now for the New Orleans Saints, we have Kendry Miller, running back, is out for the season. Eric McCoy, biceps out for the season. So not much injuries for the Saints. They're pretty healthy themselves. So now we're going to check where the public and sharps are for this game. That's the Saints and Carolina. We'll check this one out now. So the public's all over Carolina. Public all over Carolina, getting all the public money, and they like the under in this game. Under and the and Carolina. So my recommended play for this game, we would recommend here this game I would recommend the under as well. Yeah, I would take the under. Under 38. I take the under in this game. We're not going to see much offense. In my opinion, we're not seeing too much offense in this game. That's why the number is low for a reason. So for me, we're not seeing too much offense. The teams are who they are. They have records of this status for a reason. They're not two explosive offensive teams, so therefore this is an automatic under for me. I would recommend this one, 38. Take the under. Like I said, I have a client play for this game, but the recommended play here under 38. Player props, let's check that now. Player props. Receiving yards. Let's see where they're receiving. Juwan Johnson over 3.5 receptions. That's a good one for the Saints. Chris Olave over 5.5 receptions. That's another guy. I like those two. On the Carolina side, I don't see anything here on the Carolina side. For receiving yards, we like Chris Olave over 54.5 receiving yards. We like Juwan Johnson over 38.5 receiving yards. For the Carolina side, Roa McMillan, 49.5 receiving yards. That's another good one too. Rushing yards. Oops, sorry, but I pressed the wrong button. Sorry about that. We jumped ahead of ourselves. Rushing yards. Alvin Kamara, rush attempts, 9.5 rush attempts. I like the over 9.5 rush attempts. Alvin Kamara. I like Alvin Kamara over 37.5 rushing yards. I like that one a lot. Bryce Chuba Hubbard over 21.5 rushing yards. I like that one a lot there. Those are the ones that stand up for me in this game. Nothing else. Nothing much here at all. That's all it stands up. We'll move on to the next game. We're going to move on to Arizona at Seattle. I have a client play for this game as well, but I will give you a recommended play here. So we are going to check this game now, and we'll see where the opening number is for this game. It did open up at -6 Seattle, total 44.5. It's now 45.5, as you can see, and the line's at 7 in this game. 7 across the board, 44.5 across the board. So now we're going to go to the injury report for this game. Injury report for Arizona. Kyler Murray's on the IR, the injured reserve list. He's out with a foot injury. Ketan Crawford, safety, ankle, questionable to play Sunday at Seattle. He's 50-50. Calais Campbell, yes, defensive end, has an illness. He's questionable to play Sunday as well in this game. So those are the notables for this game for Arizona. For the injury report. Now for the Seattle side, Cooper Kupp. He had a hamstring issue, but he will be available to play Sunday versus Arizona. Jaran Reed, nose tackle, has a wrist injury. He is out Sunday versus Arizona. Torrey Horton, wide receiver, has a groin injury. He is out for this game versus Arizona. A.J. Barnard, tight end, has a calf injury. He's 50-50. He's questionable to play in this game. That's it. Those are the notables. Now we are going to check to see where the public and sharps are for this game. We're going to check that right now. So the public here is all over Seattle, and they're on the under, like the under in this game. So my recommendation for this game, my recommended play would be let's see this one. I would take under in the first half, under 23.5 in the first half, Arizona, Seattle. I like the under in this game. Like I said, I think this is a divisional game. These teams are very familiar with each other. So I look for this at the beginning. I'd like to be a bit of a chess match, slow-paced chess match, feeling each other out, since they're very familiar with each other. So I like for the pace to, especially with no Kyler Murray in there, that makes the offensive tempo is not really there, especially in the early part of this game. So that's another reason why I like the under in the first half at 23.5. Shop around for the best number. So that's my recommended play for this game. I have a client play for this game as well. So we'll get into more of that later. That's my recommended play. Player props. We're going to look at let's see. Player props. We look at Trey McBride over 6.5 receptions. I like that one. Trey McBride's a good one. We got Rashid Shaheed over 2.5 receptions for Seattle. We got Jackson Smith Najigba over 6.5 receptions. I like that one there. So those are the ones that stand out to me that I like. Receiving yards, I like Marvin Harrison Jr. over 56.5 receiving yards. I like that one. He showed some signs last week when they played Dallas. He played very well. So I look for him to continue in this game. 56.5 receiving yards for Marvin Harrison Jr. I like that one a lot. I do like Trey McBride over 62.5 receiving yards as well. I'm sorry, 62.5 receiving yards. I like that one. On the Seattle side, I do like Rashid Shaheed, 36.5 receiving yards. Jackson Smith and Jigba over 95.5 receiving yards. I like those two. Those ones stand out to me. Rushing props. Zach Charbonnet over 10.5 rush attempts. Kenneth Walker III over 12.5 rush attempts. I like those ones a lot. So yeah, those are the ones that stand out for me in this game. I like those. Those are the props for me. Nothing else for this game. Arizona, Seattle. I gave you a play. Give you the recommended player props. We're going to move on now to Detroit and Washington. This one here opened up. It's the opening number. Detroit, Washington, we have Detroit, Washington, we have it at open up 3.5. Detroit, total 51.5. It's now shot up all the way because of the Jaden Daniels news. Jaden Daniels is out again, and as soon as he was out of the lineup, and Marcus Mariota came in there, went all the way to 8.5. Shot all the way up to 8.5. That's gone to 8.5 in this game. And then the total from 51 has gone down to 49.5. So we're going to check the injury report for this game. And I do have a play for this game, recommended play. First on the Detroit side, Christian Mahogany, offensive lineman, has a knee issue. He is 50-50 to play for Detroit. Taylor Decker for Detroit, tackle, has an ankle issue. He is questionable to play today. He's questionable to play in today's game. Craig Reynolds, running back, has a hamstring issue. He is questionable to play as well in this game. Kirby Joseph, safety, questionable to play Sunday in this game as well. So now for the Washington side, for the Redskins. Scary Terry McLaurin, wide receiver, has a quad injury. He is out for this game versus Detroit. Marshawn Lattimore, cornerback, out indefinitely with a knee injury. Jaden Daniels, as we mentioned earlier, is out with an elbow injury. Luke McCaffrey, wide receiver, shoulder, out for the season. So those are the notables for this game. We are going to look where the public and sharps are for this game here. Public's all over Detroit, and they like the over in this game. Public all over the over. So for me, the recommended play for me in this game, let's take a look at this one. I'm gonna take the Redskins in this game. I like Washington. Now, like I said, there are some 7.5s on the board. I'm gonna take Washington here. Like I said, we did see a 7.5 on the board just now. It was there. I believe FanDuel has a 7.5, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's FanDuel that has it. Let me double check that. Yeah, FanDuel has 7.5. But it's mainly 8s on the board. But shop around. I like Washington. I like Washington this game. I think they cover it. They're a live home dog. Again, it's just an overreaction with Jaden Daniels out, Mariota back in the lineup, and it went from 3.5 to 8.5. So it went up basically by about 5 points. So it shot up quite a bit from 3.5 to 8.5. 5 points. It's a big jump. And I just feel that Washington, they had a bad showing against Seattle. They got embarrassed against Seattle. And I know they're on a short week, but this is their second home game in a row. and I think they put forth a better effort here. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I think they put forth a better effort, and at least keep this game close. I don't see them getting blown up for the second week in a row at home. Two home game being blown up in two straight home games. Washington, I don't see that. I think this is going to be. I think they keep this close. They stay within the number, and yeah, I like Washington to cover the points. Plus, try and get the best number. Like I said, it is 8.5. Try and get the best number, but I like Washington plus the 8.5. I'm gonna go with the Redskins here. That's my recommended play. I would take Washington here. I like him here in this spot. I think they stay within the number and keep it close. That's my play on that. The player props of the Lions in this game. Yeah, player prop here. Yeah, so I would take Detroit. I like to take Washington. So like I said, the player props in this game we're looking at now. We're gonna look at the we like the pass attempts. Jared Goff over 29.5 completed passes. We like that one. Mariota over 30.5 pass attempts. 30.5 pass attempts for Mariota. 29.5 pass attempts for Jared Goff. Now for the receiving end of things, we like total receptions. We do like Deebo Samuel over 5.5 receptions. We like that, like him there. And we do like Jalen Lane over 2.5 receptions. That one's another good one. On the Detroit side, I guess Amaron St. Brown over 7.5 receptions. That's another good one. Receiving yards, we like Deebo Samuels over 56.5 receiving yards. We like that one. Zach Ertz is a good one, 34.5 receiving yards. Detroit side, Jamison Williams over 46.5 receiving yards is a good one. I like that a lot. Sam Laporta over 44.5 receiving yards is another good one too. Rushing yards. David Montgomery over 49.5 rushing yards. I like Marcus Mariota over 27.5 rushing yards. He's going to use his leg quite a bit. So I like him in this one. Marcus Mariota with 27.5 rushing yards. I like that one there. Rushing attempts, Gibbs over 14.5 rushing attempts. Montgomery over 12.5 rushing attempts. I like those ones there. So those are the ones that stand out to me in this game. Those are the player props. I give you those ones there. We're done with that. Next game we're going to look at here. Let's get to the next one here. It'll be the Rams in San Francisco. That'll be the next game. Let's take a look at that now. Rams in San Fran. We got 2 more games to go, and that's it. Rams in San Fran. So the Rams in San Fran here. This one here has opened up. Rams in San Fran, we have opened up -3 Rams, total 48.5. It's now at 49.5, and it's at 5.5 Rams. Now we do see some books going to 6, but right now it's at 5.5 for the Rams. And we're going to check the injury report for this game. See who's in and out of the lineup for the L.A. Rams. Puka Nakua, wide receiver, available to play Sunday at San Francisco. He had a chest injury, but he's going to be playing. That's the only injury report that's all for the Rams. Rams are pretty healthy too. They barely have any injuries, but they're pretty healthy. San Fran's the opposite though. They got a bunch of injuries. Brock Purdy out Sunday versus the Rams with a toe injury. Bryce Huff, defensive lineman, had a hamstring issue, but he is going to be playing in this game. Ricky Pearsall out with a knee injury for this game, wide receiver for the 49ers. So those are the notables. Those are the notable injuries in this one. Now we do have Yatir Gross-Matos, defensive lineman. He has a hamstring issue, but he is 50-50 to play Sunday versus the Rams. He's questionable. Jordan Elliott, defensive lineman, has an ankle issue. Questionable to play Sunday, 50-50. Jake Brendel, offensive lineman, hamstring issue. He is also questionable to play Sunday, 50-50 in this one as well. So you're going to check where the public and Chubbs are for this game. Let's see. Yeah, the public are all over the Rams, and they like the... Now, the over-under is a bit tricky. This one has a bit of resistance. So, but they're all over the Rams in this game. And like I said, the over-under, a bit of resistance, nothing there. My recommended play for this game, Rams and the 49ers. If I was to play it, I would lean to the 49ers in the first half. I would take the home dog in the first half, +3. I'd say San Fran +3 in the first half. I think early on the 49ers put up a fight at home. I know they'll put up a bit of a fight at home, at least to keep it close early on instead of the full game. So I think 49ers come out and play with, I know they have a rash of injuries, this, that, and the third, but I think they come out and play with a bit of pride, play with some pride in this game, at least in the first half early on. Tough it out, fight it out. So I recommend the 49ers in the first half, +3, 3.5, shop around. We'll take the Niners in the first half. Player props, let's see here what we can get. With all these injuries, I don't know what player props are, what good player props there are, but we'll see what we can find. Right, so the receiving total receptions, we have Christian McCaffrey over 5.5 receptions. He's going to be used quite a bit in this game. They're going to have to utilize McCaffrey with all the injuries the 49ers have offensively. McCaffrey's going to play a big part in this game. So I like McCaffrey, 5.5 receptions. I like George Kittle, 4.5 receptions as well. He's going to play a big part. I like those two. For the receiving yards, I do like George Kittle over 50.5 receiving yards. I do like Juwan Jennings as well, 49.5 receiving yards. I like that one as well. McCaffrey's another one, 50.5 receiving yards. That's another good one. Like I said, they're going to utilize McCaffrey a lot. He's going to be a big factor in this game. If the 49ers have a chance to keep this game close, he's going to be a huge factor. So I like all that. I like those plays. The Rams side, I look at Devontae. Devontae Adams over 61.5 receiving yards. Puka Nakua is going to get all the attention, so it leaves Devontae Adams wide open. So I expect him to have a big game and play well. So I'll give it Devontae Adams. That's all I see in this one here. That's it for me. That stands out. Rushing yards or rushing props. Christian McCaffrey over 17.5 rushing attempts. He's going to be a big factor, like I said. McCaffrey for the rushing yards. I'm not going to touch the rushing yards for McCaffrey. I'll leave that alone. The only thing is going to be the attempts over 17.5 attempts. I like that one. Rushing yards, I look at Blake Corum over 27.5 rushing yards. 49ers, I look at Brian Robinson Jr., 13.5 rushing yards. I like those ones. Those ones stand out to me. That's it for this game. Nothing else. So that's pretty much what stands up for me in this game. Nothing else that stands out. So then we're going to go to the final game on the board. And that's going to be Pittsburgh and San Diego. That's the last game on the board. Now this one here opened up at, we'll get to that now. It did open up at, this is the Sunday. This is the, actually, yeah. This, so we're gonna, actually no, we'll save this one for later on. This is actually no, we're gonna actually do we'll do this one. We're gonna do this one. We're gonna do this one here. We're actually gonna do this one here now. We're gonna see. I was gonna see this for later on in the evening, but we're gonna do this one right now. Pittsburgh and the Chargers will do this one right now. This one opened up -3. 3.5. LA Chargers 3.5. Total 46.5. Right now it's dropped all the way down to. We're seeing 3s on the board, but starting to see 2.5. 2.5 is starting to pop up on the screen as well. But there are 3s predominantly, but 2.5 are starting to creep up as well in this game. And the total from 46.5 has gone all the way down to 44.5. So it's dropped quite a bit, 44 across the board. So we're going to check the injury report for this game here. This is Pittsburgh and the LA Chargers. So Pittsburgh, LA Chargers, we have Benjamin St-Juste, cornerback, has a collarbone injury. He is 50-50 to play in this game. Deanne Leonard, cornerback, calf injury, questionable to play Sunday at Pittsburgh. Kendry Lambert-Smith, wide receiver, has a back issues, but he's questionable to play in this game versus Pittsburgh. Josh Harris has a arm issue, questionable to play in this game. Tony Jefferson, the safety, hamstring, but he will be playing in this game. He's upgraded to play. Tony Jefferson, safety. Mackay Becton, guard, had a knee issue, but he is upgraded to play tonight. He's playing in this game as well. Pittsburgh side, Isaac Seumalo, guard, has an ankle. He's 50-50 to play in this game. He's questionable. Corey Trice, cornerback, has a knee issue. He is 50-50 as well, questionable to play in this game. Scott Miller, wide receiver, has a finger issue. He's questionable to play in this game Sunday at the Chargers. And that's it for this. That's it for the injury report. So we are going to check with the public and Trevor are for this game. Let's see. So the public is all over the Steelers. We're getting a lot of Pittsburgh money in this game. Pittsburgh, and they like the over in this game. Pittsburgh and the over. So for me in this game, let me give you let's see if you can get a recommended play. I like the over in this game. I agree with the public. I like the over. Over 44.5. I would take the over in this game. Definitely like the over here. I like the over. First half over 44.5. I like the over. So I would definitely go with that. That's my recommended play. Nothing on the side. I'm leaving that alone. Now for the player props in this game, we are looking at I would take a look at Justin Herbert over 23.5 pass completions. I like that one a lot. That's a good one. Receiving, we have receptions. We're going to have San Diego side, Quentin Johnson over 3.5 receptions. I like that one. Another one is Oronde Gadsden. Over 4.5 receptions. Those are two good ones for San Diego. On the Pittsburgh side, DK Metcalf over 3.5 receptions. I like that one there. Calvin Austin over 2.5 receptions. Like that one. San Diego side, the lad McConkey over 5.5 receptions. Those are good ones. Receiving yards, I would look at Quentin Johnson over 44.5 receiving yards. Quentin Johnson's a good one. We like DK Metcalf over 49.5 receiving yards. I like that one. Look at Pat Freiermuth. Pat Freiermuth over 23.5 receiving yards is a good one. That's all there is for this. That's all for that. That stands out to me. Rushing props. I like Jalen Warren over 13.5 rush attempts. I like that one a lot. That's a good one. I even like Jalen Warren rushing yards over 59.5 rushing yards. I like that one a lot. Justin Herbert's another good one for rushing yards. 24.5 rushing yards is a good one. Justin Herbert's another good prop. And that's it. That stands out for me in this game. That's it. So we went through all the games. We checked all the games. We've gone through all of them for this game. We went through all the games. So we're pretty much done with all the games. Now I gave out 2 or 3 client plays already for you guys. But I have other client plays for this game that you want to check out. So I give you about half the client plays. I have about altogether 6 client plays. I give you half the client plays. I have 3 other client plays for this game as well. I'm 5-2 in the NFL last 7 days. I'm on a 5-2 run NFL last 7 days. I'm seeing it well in the NFL. So you want to jump on board for today's games. I have them available up now. Check them out for the client plays. Again, jump on board and take advantage of my plays. We do have, of course, the Weekend Warrior Pass. Again, it's $49. Includes games for Sunday, and I have a client play for Monday Night Football as well too. So jump on board for $49. You get all my client plays for the NFL for today's games. Jump on board for that. I have much more client plays you can jump on to cash even more winners and cash tickets and hit some winners. So definitely jump on board with that. We have that, the Weekend Warrior Pass, and we have the 3-day pass. 3-day pass, $49, I believe, the 3-day pass. We have that going on right now. So you get all my client plays, not only in the NFL, client plays for college football. I am seeing well in college football as well. I believe I'm in first or second place for college football overall. Seeing well, we had a good Saturday for college football. Went 4-0 in college football. Seeing well in college football right now. So basically 7-1. Yeah, 7-1 in college football. So in first place college football, last 7 days, last 14 days right now. So really seeing it well in college football. You want to jump on board with some of my plays for next week for college football. NHL seeing well in the NHL. We are right now 6-2, I believe. Yeah, 6-2 in the NHL, I believe. I'm going to double check that, but we are seeing it well in the NHL. So you want to take advantage of this 3-day pass. It's here for a limited time only. I cover all the professional sports games. Overall all sports, I'm in first place all sports right now. 11-1. Let me double check that. I do because I know I'm in first place for sportsmemo.com right now for all the client plays for all sports, overall all sports. Yeah, 11-5. Excuse me, I'm 11-5. 11-5 last 3 days in first place. 11-5 right now. So I'm hitting about 68%. 11-5 right now, all sports. Right now, number 1 last 3 days. Last 7 days, I'm number 2 overall at 19-11, all sports overall. 19-11, 11-5 last 3 days, number 1. College football, number 1, 6-1 last 3 days, number 1. College football last 3 days, last 7 days, college football, killing it there. Seeing it well there. NFL, like I said, 5-2 record. NFL last 7 days. NHL, 4-2 last 3 days in the NHL, 4-2 run last 3 days, last 7 days, a 7-4 run in the NHL. So I'm seeing it well in all my sports right now. So you want to jump on board, take advantage of the 3-day pass, the 7-day pass, and the 30-day pass. I'm going to have all that in the description below. So jump on board, take advantage of that. I might have some NHL plays today. I'm going to look and see. I might throw in some NHL in there for today's games. But come on, jump on board and take advantage of my plays. I'm red hot right now. I'm seeing it well. So be a part of the action. Don't sit on the sidelines. Get on board and be a part of the action. All right, so I'll have everything in the description below. Weekend Warrior Pass, the 3-day, 7-day, 30-day pass, all that will be in the description below. So check it out. Whether you fit or follow my recommended picks and plays is up to you. I just look at the games, make my assessment, and make my choice, and go with what I like and what I see. Again, good luck to you guys. Let's have a profitable and winning Sunday. And I'll be back tomorrow with the Monday Night Football. I have a client play for Monday Night Football, but I'll give you a recommended play for Monday Night Football tomorrow. We'll be back for that. Until then, stay true to yourself, stay blessed, stay humble, believe in yourself. Good luck to you guys. Let's cash some tickets, hit some winners, and check out oddslogic.com. Oddslogic.com, line moves, totals, injury report, up-to-the-minute information. Covers all professional sports leagues. Oddslogic.com. Take a look at that in the description below. I have all that there available for you. Until then, peace and out. Take care.